Hi, everybody. Hope this is working. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hi, everybody. Go ahead and text chat so I know you're here and you hear me. Well, you're not here, but you know what I mean. So I know you're watching. Oh, this is Bambi showing up. Say hi. There's her tail. There's her tail. Hey, girl. Hi. Hey, Bambi. Good evening. Hey, Janet. Hi. Yes, hello, everybody. This is Bambi. Oh, good. You can hear me. That's always good. Alrighty. So, while everyone says hi, yes, hello, Bambi, my cat. Hi, Bambi. Let's see if we can bring you closer. Um, all right. So, this is going to be a good one. I think they're all good. I'm totally biased, but this one, I took notes based on the surveys, which I do in general, but sometimes the third one, there's so much good data, between the first and the second healing that I have a lot of little tweaks planned for the third healing in the triplet set. Yay! Hi, everybody. Hey. Thank you very much. Somebody says they love my work. Woo! My hair isn't quite cooperating. There you go. But yeah, so my name is Janet Wright, and I'm an energy healer and energy reader of people and angels and a teacher. And this is going to be a live stream, so you can watch me do a big group healing, a big group healing of 81 people. It's 81, usually 80 is my max, but I made a clerical error so that accidentally there are 81 people, which is fine. And the theme of this group healing is your home and you, which is a giant theme, and it was fascinating. It has been fascinating. So I will share with you some of my observations so far about how people have been experiencing these healings. And I will, we will again have healing for you and also your home. And I'll walk you through what I'm doing so that if you're not a prepaid participant receiving this healing from me, if you're not one of those 81 people, you can just heal yourself as you watch. Or just, watch for fun. And if you don't know, I always love saying that the participants are in 12 different countries, including 3 kids. Hi, kids. Oh, and because this heals the home, I know from a survey, somebody's kid who didn't get this healing definitely benefited because the home got cleaned out. And so she observed some really cool things about her kid because the energy of the home shifted and her kid's really sensitive. And so he was much more content. So that's super cute to think that, not just the 81 people are benefiting, but hi, everybody. But also, the people that are in your home with you. Yay. So I think I want to, we're going to start the healing soon for sure. I just want to maybe overview, since I actually have a loose plan for this one. More, I will say my plan for this one is maybe a little more detailed than in general. But anyway, so we're going to be unblocking the hand chakras and the fingertip chakras and the energy that runs through your fingers and also your wrists. just because that was partially inspired by one of the newbies that is getting this healing. And she said, well, how are my hand chakras? And they were actually pretty blocked. So I thought, well, hey, I bet it's not just her. And I looked around and it wasn't. So that's going to be a part of this healing, which should be awesome. Because if you don't consciously heal yourself, it would still help you to manifest, to get your wrists and your hands and your finger chakras unblocked, because this flow down the arms and out the hands helps with manifesting. So even for the telepathic participants that are never going to meditate, it would still help them to be more of a big deal manifester in their life. But the people that heal themselves, and practice with my videos, it could be more fun then, because you would feel more energy coming out and you'd be like, woo, yeah, I got an upgrade. So that's one thing we're going to do, which is pretty simple, but pretty cool. We're going to do stacking and clearing 3 ways, which is it's a video. I'll link it below later when the live stream's over. But stacking and clearing 3 ways, we're going to be sure to do that, because since we were working the home for your present and past life baggage related to experiences in a home, there's an extra amount that gets triggered for people. So if I'm going to help people clear that, so that you can be even lighter and even happier and even more present in your home. We're going to work on angel cleanouts that you can get for people. You can ask your angels to have a standing agreement with you. I mean, you can make a standing agreement with your angels, specifically angels, though. Don't say, okay, any spirit. No. But your angels, you can have a standing agreement with them that they clean you out as you're coming onto your property and into your home. And also any guests, workmen, visitors, people, friends out of town, stay overnight, whatever. That everybody gets a clean out as they get onto your property and into your home, including you coming home from a hard day's work. So that can help your home energy to be much more consistently positive if you're not bringing home junk accidentally on a spirit level, and your house guests aren't accidentally messing up the vibe of your home. And it's an easy thing to do. So that's one thing we'll do. We're gonna talk about setting the energy of your home, the agreements, because I have at least 2 clients in this set that I know of that during this set, was it during this set? Well, for one of them, it was before the set too, where an ex-boyfriend these clients, they didn't clear the agreements on a spirit level they had with a partner that used to live in their condo or their apartment. And if you don't clear that agreement, what that means is then if your ex-boyfriend gets triggered at some point, he can reset the energy of your home, even though he doesn't live there anymore, because the agreement's still there. So it's easy for him. And I'm not saying that he's doing it consciously, but anyway, so we're going to just help you clear any agreements that you accidentally still have with people that maybe you used to live with. Not everybody forgets to do that. Like I have one client who, it seems like she's going through some kind of a divorce situation, but she's very spiritual and she did not forget to clear that agreement. I checked and that was like one of the first things she did. So it's not universal that people forget to clear these subconscious energy setting agreements with their previous roommates or boyfriends. But anyway, we're going to cover that because that's important and easy too. I always like that combo. Very important yet easy. We're going to do a really fun thing with the 4th chakra, 7th chakra. I've been showing AccuDoll. 4th chakra, 7th chakra, and 1st chakra that'll help you be more self-assertive. Because I think a big part of owning the energy of your home is because one of the newbies I noticed, she was kind of her home was definitely getting healed by my healings, on Friday and Sunday, but she was a little bit passive about her home. So that allowed her to bring home heavy, weird energy from work. And it was just getting mucked up all over again. So, so I need to help everybody to kind of be more self-assertive on a spirit level, so that you're like, hey, this is my place. Hey, in a positive way, not like a get off my lawn, you kids, more of like a joyful but really powerful way. So I think that 471 chakra thing will be good with that. That is in one of the old webinar recordings from 2014 on my website, the fourth chakra, seventh chakra, first chakra thing. For you historians that have done all those recordings on my website in the free meditations menu. But anyway, so we're going to do that, knock on wood, because we're going to have enough time. And then a quick thing about angel cleanouts that you can request really quickly and easily when you go and use public restrooms, or you go to a store that you're like, oh, the energy's kind of off here, just you can quickly ask your angels to clear it out for you. If it's not your space, they can't do as much as if they could do at your space, but they can do enough for your energy safety for sure. And that also includes homes that you visit, other people, because now that your home is getting all cleaned out and safe, it's nice to bring those higher standards that you have for having a safe, energetic location, everywhere you go. So that is possible to a good extent. So like if you're gonna say, I hear this a lot on the holidays, like, oh, my in-laws are gonna be staying with me for 5 days this Christmas, or I'm gonna be going to my, my stepmother's house for 3 days over Thanksgiving or whatever. You can ask your angels to clean out the home, and in particular the room that you're going to be staying in, but the whole home too. And then your angels work out the diplomacy of all that with the people that live there. So that can make a really big difference on your holiday or whatever you visit people. And then goals. If we have time, we're going to work on a little bit of goals. One of the clients was talking about, well, how do you, sometimes, you have goals and they seem so heavy. And so is there a way to work on that? And yeah, of course there is. Basically, you just clear energy blocks that relate to that goal. But if we have time, we're going to do that because it does tie in with the theme of the home. A lot of people do have goals related to their home. Even like, they want a different kind of home someday, or just in the current home you have, maybe you've been meaning to, clean out that bookcase, or you've been meaning to, do something in your yard or clean out a shed. So we're gonna hopefully fit in a little bit of that, a little bit of clearing energy blocks around goals. So, and then overview too, I promise we're going to get to the healing in a sec. I just have one more thing I want to say about it. The overview, it's been very interesting, people's results, the survey results. So thank you for filling out your surveys. It's been interesting to see because it tends to be the people that have cleaned out their home before on an energy level. So they kind of know, they have a little experience with noticing the energy of a home and clearing it and noticing the difference. So they have all been very pleased with these healings and how the energy of their home has transformed. They've been able to feel the difference, which is nice, but not surprising, right? But then there are a lot of people who they feel better with these healings, but I think they're not realizing that half of why they feel better is because their home energy is way nicer. Like I specifically have looked at the people who say, oh, I haven't noticed anything different in my home. And their home is like, the energy of their home is much lighter, much more flowing, much more up to date, much more current. But there's a big number of people that they don't notice the difference consciously. And so that just tells me that people, are inexperienced with noticing the energy of their home. It doesn't mean that I think I will do this in future healings at some point. I'll throw in, your home and you as a topic. Maybe once a year, maybe twice a year, I don't know. But it's interesting. You know, some people, they just don't notice. But it's funny because they're like, well, I don't notice any difference in my home, but I have been able to clean it out, and I haven't been able to do that in 5 years, you know, or, oh, we were able to clean out the shed, you know, or I was able to give away stuff that I've been meaning to give away for a long time. But no, I don't notice anything different in the apartment. You know, so it makes sense. It just, I knew that it was an under taught and under, like, people don't realize how important it is, the energy of your home and how much it impacts you. But I didn't realize so many people wouldn't even notice if their home energy got vastly improved. They wouldn't know it consciously. So that's fascinating to me. But I think it's still a good thing that their homes got improved. It's just wild that they don't notice. But you know, it could be like a week from now or 2 weeks from now, you know, maybe they'll enter a room and they'll be like, yeah, you know what? This never used to feel this good in here. You know, so maybe sometimes there's a delayed realization. So we'll see. But anyway, part of being a healer is, you know, you help people and you don't get too hung up on, you know, the feedback of it. Although, you know, healing is so not societally appreciated at large that as a healer, you do need to be able to create noticeable results for people as a successful healer. Just FYI, because I know a bunch of my clients might actually someday become professional healers. Some of them are pretty close to becoming professional healers. And so you have to create noticeable results. So that apparently is a downside of home clearing for some participants, is that they don't notice a difference. Their home is way better energy wise, but they don't notice. So whatever, but it helped everybody. So we're good. Okay. So now we will start the healing. And we're going to start with some general work, and then we'll do the hands and the wrists and the fingers. And, you know, so we'll do the overall healing on everybody and include some of these extra things along the way. I'm just going to bring out some notes in case I need to make any notes as I work. Just checking in extra with my newbies, make sure they get the program that we're starting. Hello. But everyone's like, yes, I know. Okay, cool. So first, I'm just encouraging all the participants telepathically to redo your grounding. Make it big, wide, flowing all the way down to the core of the earth, as wide as your whole aura, all the way around you. And red or orange or yellow is fine. And I'm going to comb through and help people to melt away energy blocks in the aura. So if you're doing this healing on yourself now or later as a saved video, you can just imagine a copy of your own grounding out in front of you. After you imagine making it, just imagine making a new grounding. Nice, big, wide, as wide as your whole aura. Your aura is probably about as wide as the base of the palm of your hand. If you stretch it out like that, if you have a nice, wide, healthy aura, it's probably that wide. So your grounding can be that wide, and it can stay wide all the way down to the core of the earth. The benefit of that is for stress relief, for letting go. It really helps with all that. Because then there's this sort of downward pull in all your aura layers and in your chakras, everything. So it's just easier to let go. It's harder to stay stuck. And when you use a copy, you can always expand it or make it smaller. So it's very adjustable like that. And if you want, you can think about letting go. You know, it's okay to let go. It's okay to let go. Like this healing is on a Tuesday and a lot of people are at work. And so there's like this, I got to get this done. Oh, it's almost, like sometimes on the Sunday healing, people are already more in the flow of like, hey, get a healing. So, but that's fine. I just need to encourage people a little bit extra to relax. Because you can still work and drive a car and deal with your kids, but have less inner resistance. So that's what I'm helping people to kind of just release some of that accidental subconscious resistance. One of my clients who I love, she keeps confusing resistance with like standing up for yourself and defending your rights and stuff. But it's not the same usage of the word. Like when I say let go of your resistance, what I mean is basically get out of your own way. Like there's like inner rigidity that is not allowing you to bring in your new positive energy that you've been working on, so it's like you unclench that inner tension. And that's what I mean by releasing resistance. So I'm going to segue into some aura repair for people. And aura repair, I'll link below later after the live stream. I'll link below the aura repair videos. I think, if really, you're not that into me as a healer, maybe my hair bugs you or something, or or I laugh too much for you. And, you feel like I'm not going to learn much from this lady. Just learn the aura repair. If you learn nothing else from me and, whatever about me bugs you, aura repair would really pay off if you learned that. And then you can just, get rid of me from your life. So there's that one video, 18-minute video, Gold Energy Aura Buffer Zones. I'll link it below. And that teaches you aura repair. And that's just a huge then asset that you have. It's like a leg up in life, basically. Because then you could do it every day, or even if you did it once a week for yourself, it would be a game changer, really. Although every day would be a lot better. Because essentially, if you get some aura damage on Tuesday and you don't do anything about it, it gets worse on Wednesday and Thursday. And by Friday, you have a shitty day. Excuse my language. You have a bad day, a very bad day on Friday. So it's easier just to take the few minutes and heal your aura every day. And that way it just gives you a level of stability you wouldn't otherwise have. And a lot of people, they think about it like, oh, it's my work that's stressing me out. You don't understand, Janet. It's not that my aura has rips in it. It's my work is so stressful. It's like, well, yes and yes. Your aura helps protect you and it helps your chakras function properly. So you would be much more resilient, much more ready to handle stress if you kept your aura whole and repaired. And I have probably many clients that do this, but one in particular I know who is in one of the participants. She heals her aura on the way to work, and she just makes a ton of gold suns, like 100 gold suns that just wash, any rips out of her aura and mend them up. And you could do that. So you're driving, and the gold suns are doing the work to repair any potential rips in your aura. I would say ideally do it before you leave the house, so then your spirit has more time to take advantage of that nice repaired aura and bring in more of a sense of clarity and a sense of like who you are and what today's about. Because I think once you leave the house, there's like a different level of engagement you have to have with the world. You have to pay attention to the road or to the people in the train or whatever. And so if you can get some of that done while you're in your safe zone in your house, I think it helps. even if it's just half listening while you dress, or something, just to get a little bit of yourself together before you walk out the door. But, whatever you can fit in is excellent. So for the people that did not need aura repair, and there are some of them, because, if you don't have somebody throwing energy at you these days, maybe, and you got your aura repaired 2 days ago, maybe it's still okay. There were some people like that, or people that just heal their aura every day. They maybe didn't need this aura repair, but it just helped them release some energy blocks in their aura layers, because gold light always helps. All right, so we got the auras rocking. Let's do that stacking and clearing. Hi, somebody says, hi, Janet, I need major energy healing. Well, you can copy what I'm doing and heal yourself as you watch. Also, there's a healing in less than 2 weeks. You could actually sign up on my website, janetwrightreadings.com, and get that healing in 2 weeks if you want. But this is an opportunity. You can watch me and just copy what I'm doing. Do it for yourself as I'm doing it for all these people. It's easier than you think. Okay. So anyway, we got the aura rocking. Let's do the hand chakra stuff, because I already started doing the hand chakra, so it'd be nice to get them cleared out so you can feel it before and after. So maybe you use some of your hand chakra already to repair your aura and comb through your own grounding. Melt away those energy blocks in the grounding. I'm going to do a touch more of that. Melting away energy blocks in the grounding. So even if you feel like, oh, my grounding's fine, I already did it. There's always a couple, well, not always, but I would say most times there's some major energy blocks that you just missed in your grounding. So you could just say, all right, well, what are those? And just imagine those and then melt them. This one client, she was like, oh, I've been feeling kind of crappy all week. And a lot of it was these energy blocks that they weren't clearing because people were courting them, which holds them in place and yada, yada. So, she heals herself regularly, but they just weren't clearing. So that's why, you can always just kind of hunt for, okay, what energy blocks are being a little stubborn and just aren't clearing. Particularly if you still feel kind of off, or you don't feel as good as you would like, just be a detective. Be like, all right, something's not clearing. What is it? And just don't waste a lot of time hunting. Just with your intention, be like, okay, well, I'm going to melt the energy blocks that haven't melted yet, that really need to clear so that I can get on with my life today. Okay, so fun with hand chakras. All right, so I'm gonna do the wrists first, because the energy flows down the arms and, toward the hands and the fingertips. The energy, meaning your energy, some of your energy from 4, 5, 6, and 7. 4, 5, 6, 7, they generate the 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th layers of your aura. Most of the energy they generate goes out and fills up those layers. But a bunch of it also comes down here and out your arms and your hands, hopefully. So I'll do a little bit on the shoulders and the neck first. So like on AccuDoll, I'm going to do a little bit here and here first, and then I'll do that, and then I'll get to the hands and all that. So you just imagine like a copy of your neck and your wrists out in front of you, and just imagine the clogs and wash them away with gold light. You don't have to be able to see energy. You can do it with your thought, with your intention. if you're cooking or driving, you don't have hands free, just put a lot of gold suns all around your neck and your shoulders and just have them shine down, and have your intention be, okay, I'm going to let go of these energy blocks. I'm going to let the gold light melt away the energy blocks. All right, so I did a little bit more. I didn't announce it, but I was working the whole arm right there. I'm gonna use a composite copy, so I'm working both arms at once, which you can do for yourself since you have two arms. Even if you're an amputee, you on a spirit level have two arms. So you can work them separately like this. Imagine copies out in front of you, or you can just make a composite copy that, so you're healing both at once. You kind of take the copy of one and the copy of the other and fold it so that they're both together. So you're healing both shoulders at once, you're healing both upper arms, the elbows, both lower arms at once. And then get to the wrists, both wrists at once. And you want to clear what's healthy and gentle for you to clear right now. The wrists are one of those places where you can have a lot of, past life build up here of, just energy that kind of binds you here at the wrist, limiting your empowerment and manifesting and all that stuff. So you can just melt that stuff away with gold light. Sometimes people are like, it won't melt, it won't go away, But I think sometimes it's like a thing where it gets tighter the more you resist it. And so you have to just be kind of smart about it and loosen it with gold light and surround it with gold light. And you just get it a little looser and a little looser and a little looser. And then you just slip it off and hand it to your angels. Sometimes you have to be more delicate with something, because the more you just try to brute force your way through it, that it just strengthens it. So we don't want that. And it's not that that's a being, or so, it's just a device, but it's a device that's held on by your own resistance. So you have to be very zen about it and sort of strategic and thoughtful. So I just did that whole process again, where I just imagine things around the wrist, kind of like, controlling bracelets or controlling, whatever, just, little binding pieces of energy from past lives or from this life. Maybe you were in an oppressive relationship, or you had an oppressive childhood, and some sort of spiritual restrictive energy got around your wrists. And you could just, like I said, gently loosen it up. Surround it in gold light, gently loosen it up, and then just slip it off and hand it to your angels. You just imagine handing it to your angels. You say, angels, please take this, You don't have to say that in your mind if you know that, you're doing it right. But if you lack confidence in that, just say, angels, please take this. And, that's good enough. But anyway, so I'm just imagining like a composite copy of the wrists, which you can do for your wrists, just a composite copy of both your wrists so that you're healing both at once. And you just want to imagine the flow like a river, and you don't want that river to get pinched off and limited, right? You want it to be able to flow nicely through the wrist. There you go. Some people have leaks, like little damage where it just kind of springs out, along the way, and that's not good. I would call that leaking energy, where energy comes out at like random places that doesn't help you. So I guess while I'm thinking about that, I'll just just spend a little time on that. It's very common for people to have energy leaks in the back of their shoulders. I see that a lot. But anyway, so I'll do just a little bit of that where I'm just using gold light to help mend up those holes that cause the leaks. Just a little bit there in the shoulders, in the front of the shoulders too, like right around here, here. People can have holes that leak out energy, and that it is not good. And the arms and the wrists. I'm just surrounding them in gold light so that the gold light washes out the rips, the little holes that the energy is leaking out of. Okay, and so then let's do the hand chakras. So hand chakra is a big one, big chakra size-wise, when it's opened up enough. So maybe like this big. And so you can just imagine, you know, like a copy of it out in front of you, make it bigger if you want, and just notice like, okay, is it blocked here? Is it blocked here? Is it blocked here? Is it blocked here? And maybe it'll be blocked just in one part. Maybe it's like mostly blocked, the whole thing, you know, and you just wash it out with gold light and the blocks melt away. If they don't, you can say, angels, can you help me to clean out my hand chakras? You know, you could also, if, you know, you feel like maybe there's some beings in the way, little beings, you know, remember you are a mighty strong being. So when I talk about beings, don't let that scare you. You're like you're a giant being, okay? So any being that's in your space is just, you know, an ant and you're the elephant, right? So you can just make vacuum boxes around your vacuum boxes. If you haven't heard before, those are just boxes that you make with energy. It's like a temporary energy device that you're making. That's very temporary, and you just make them and they suck up energy that's not yours. So you can make them like clear and gold, and just make some around your shoulders, your arms, around your hands, around your fingertips. And then just turn them on all at once and let them soak up, you know, let them suck up, you know, since they're vacuum boxes, they suck up beings and other people's energy that's not yours. And the people that are confused, their angels are helping them. And then just say, angels, can you please recycle my vacuum boxes? And they'll recycle the boxes and whatever's in them. Okay, so now I'm just going to work a little more on the hand chakras. Make sure they're as open as is healthy and gentle for the person right now. All right, great. And then we're going to do the same thing for the fingertip chakras. So I think since you have, you know, 10 of those fingertip chakras, right? One on each, you know, tip of your finger, sort of right here, and then they generate energy. That's a good time to use a composite if you want, you know, because then you're not healing like 10 little tiny fingertip chakras. You just imagine them all as one chakra, and then just unblock that one fingertip chakra that is a composite of all of your fingertip chakras. So you're basically just imagining like a round open cylinder, right? So a cylinder with two round openings. So round opening here, energy comes out this way. You don't really have to overthink it. You know, you can just, since the cylinder isn't that big, you can just maybe imagine it like a round circle that you want to be unblocked, you know, because the cylinder part is pretty small because it's it fits in your finger. I can hear some of the participants, they're like, oh, no way, as their fingertip chakras get unblocked, they're like, Oh, woo. That's how I felt the first time I realized I had hand chakras. I didn't even know at the time I had fingertip chakras, man. That would have really blown my mind. All right. And then now, energy does travel down the finger, so the fingertip chakra generates energy, but then also you have energy traveling down this way, down each finger. So I want to help people unblock that a little bit. There we go. I'm gonna do the pinky extra just because I feel like it. All right, cool. Oh, right. So now we're rocking the hands, we're rocking the chakras, the aura, the grounding. I think that second clearing three ways one is what we'll do next. All right. So, stacking clearing three ways means you're gonna just melt away energy blocks, not only that are in your aura here, right in front of you, in front of your physical body, but energy blocks that you're being bothered by, even parts of you that are a little bit out. So you could be a little scattered, and those little scattered parts of you can have energy blocks too. And specifically, I think with this work we've been doing about the home, that's true. And so that's why I want to do it now. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna kind of modify it a little because I just want. Yeah. So I'm gonna do the scattered parts of everybody. It is in the stacking and clearing three ways video, but I'm just customizing it just a touch. Where people, veterans and newbies, because we're working on the home and we're specifically clearing baggage from, maybe stressful past lives related to the home, or your childhood in this life related to the home. It has done a good thing in that it has brought parts of you that were far off, that just like checked out, back close to you, but those parts of you still have some stress and some blocked energy, and so we want to clear that so those parts of you can feel really light and happy and come back fully. So what you could do is imagine maybe like, a couple little scattered parts of you up there, little mini yous, and just imagine that they're maybe like boxes that those stressed out parts of you have, and the boxes represent the energy blocks, and you're just going to melt the boxes. So maybe stressed out part of you up there has 4 boxes, right? And another stressed out part of you has 3 boxes, right? You don't have, it's not an exact science, but you just melt the boxes. That's all you have to do. And you can say hi to those little scattered parts of you, maybe run gold light through those parts of you too. But the key part is to melt the blocks, the energy blocks, right? So that's what I'm going to do for people. And some of these parts of people scattered, definitely in a past life. And so it's nice to get that back, But you don't want to bring the stress and the trauma back, which is why we're doing it like this. We're just melting away the boxes that represent the stress. And if you feel like this is too weird for you or it's too much for you, just say, angels, can you help me clear that stress? And that's enough. And your angels will do it for you because they know if it's too much for you and they step in and help out, which is really nice. So if you say angels in your mind, that's enough. And you're going to get the right help that you need. All right, that's nice. So some of those scattered parts for people came back already as I was doing it. So now the energy is like already present in with the person. These little pieces of their energy is fully back. And for some people, it's going to take maybe a couple hours for that energy to finish coming in, which is okay. So I wanted to help make sure the upper part of the aura is nice and clear, the part above the head, because that's how you bring in new energy of yours is, comes in through the top. So if it's nice and flowing there, then it's an easy, gentle process. And, you can get on with your day while it's happening. You don't have to stop your day or your evening. All right. So let's see. Oh, yeah. Okay. So now, one of the things that I had, stated at the start, is the angel cleanouts upon entry. So like when you enter your property or your home, I say it like that because some people, they don't really have property. They don't have land around their home that they own. Like a lot of people, that live in a city, maybe that live in a condo building, that's communal land around your condo. So you're not going to be clearing all that out. You could say angels do it, but what I mean is what's yours. Before you re-enter what's yours, you can have your angels clean you out and clean visitors out too. So you just, something like this. I mean, you could just have a conversation with your angels about it, and it's not like they're going to say no. It's a good idea. So you just say, angels, I please help me to keep my home safe and sacred. Please help me to keep my angels. Please help me to keep my home and property safe and sacred. Please, angels, please clean me out. And visitors and, other people that live with me, please clean them out as we're entering and re-entering our property and our home. Please clean me out. That way, beings, whatever, it's not like 100%, but it makes a huge difference. So you just, and maybe you have to sort of refresh that request every month or something. I mean, sometimes you don't, but every once in a while I notice like, oh, that stopped. You need to, just mention that to your angels again and reaffirm that that's what you'd like. But anyway, it's that simple. And the angels do it. It's so simple for them. It's like, please, no big deal. And so that includes, guests that are staying, they get cleaned out. It includes even like, like the mailman bringing a package down your driveway. Your angels will just check him out a little. If he's okay, he's okay. My mailman has really good energy, so. But anyway, so that's that. Very simple. And I think a great idea. Just making sure all the participants understand that. Yeah, some of them did it right now, and some of them they're going to be working on that with their angels in their sleep tonight on that. But so that's good. Oh, the home setting agreements. So yeah, so say you used to live with a boyfriend, even if it's not the same home that you have now, you may have agreements of like, okay, well, you're going to help ground and clean out the energy of this home, just subconscious agreements. Because if you live with someone, generally, you're probably wanting some kind of a collaborative thing where you feel like you're not the only one doing everything, right? So that's true even on a spirit level. Even for people that don't meditate, generally there is an agreement that they're sort of collaborating in keeping the energy nice in their home. So when heaven forbid, well, I shouldn't say heaven forbid. I mean, if it's meant to be that you're going to break up, I don't want to get in the way of that. But whatever, so maybe these people aren't around anymore. And in which case, yeah, it's really time to update that agreement and let it go. Because otherwise your boyfriend or your ex-husband can, if he gets triggered about something or he has a really bad day or gets some resentment or something, then it's easy for him to really kind of tank the energy of your house subconsciously. And, not super maliciously. I mean, I think there are parts of people, particularly people that don't meditate, there are parts of their spirit that are kind of stuck in the past. So they just may not, that little part of them, that little 5% part of them or 10% part of them is stuck in the past and literally still thinks he lives there. So he's like, what are you doing changing the place? Cut it out. It was better the way it was, and so he'll reset it. So anyway, okay, so you can imagine agreements any way you want, sometimes I see them like scrolls, like paper scrolls, like there's a piece of wood and then there's paper rolled around it, but it doesn't matter. However you want to imagine the agreement, like a piece of paper or whatever. And you just melt it with gold light. Or you can just hand it to your angels and say, angels, help me to update this, or help me to get rid of this. But say angels. So you're asking your angels. So you can just, just in case you have any agreements like that from exes, with exes that used to stay over at your place or used to live there, in some home you had before, and just imagine, okay, well, do I have any agreements like that still? And it could be even some past life agreements, because those agreements don't always end when you cross over. They just keep going. So you can imagine, okay, well, how many scrolls are there as far as setting the energy of my home? I have like 25. 2 are from this life with ex-boyfriends, and then the others are from past lives. So just gold light, that explains a lot. Just use gold light and melt away the old agreements. And if that's too much for you, if that's blowing your mind, just say, angels, help me to get rid of these old agreements so that, I'm the one setting the energy of my home. Or, if you live with somebody now and you want to collaborate with them, then say, I just want to set the energy of my home with my husband, me and my husband, that's it. Or, if you live with your mother, then me and my mother, and that's it. There you go. All right, so that should be pretty simple. If it's not that simple, just say, angels, please help me in my sleep on it. And you guys will work it out in your sleep. All right. All right, so now this is that part, the 4th chakra, 471. So a lot of times 7 is in charge of everything. 7th chakra, being in charge of your life, autonomy, empowerment, self-assertiveness, confidence, stuff like that, 7th chakra. But there's this cool thing the angel showed me where you can get like a recharge, like a battery recharge with your heart chakra. And some people will be like, well, that's surprising because my heart chakra is always blocked. Well, yeah, but we can make it happen. We can make it work, and the angels will help. So it's fun. So temporarily, just for like the next, minute, you can create an extra connection between your 4th and your 7th, and then your 4th and your 1st chakra. But I think let's do one at a time, just so you can feel it and how it feels. So, because people right now, their chakras are pretty nice, I gotta say. But just in case, like say you watch this video and you didn't do the other two and you didn't just get healings from me, I'll do a little bit on this, all the chakras first. But the participants don't need it because they just got the Friday healing and the Sunday healing, and now they're getting this healing because it's a triplet group energy healing set, which I do at the beginning of each month. But anyway, so you can just imagine all 7 of your major chakras, which are along your spine, and just run gold light through them and unblock them with the gold light. I was thinking back, because the angels reminded me, the stacking and clearing 3 ways thing that we did, we only did part of what's in the video, but we did the part that people most needed. So just so you know, that video is a little more thorough. You do the faraway parts, and then you do your astral body energy blocks, and you do your physical body energy blocks. But people are pretty flowing right now, the participants, so they didn't need all that extra stuff. But that's in that video, stacking and clearing 3 ways, which I will link later in the comment section when this is saved as a video. All right, so now I just kind of double check people's chakras. They're flowing nicely, very nicely, actually. Okay, so now you just make an extra connection, and you could make it, you can make it green. It's the heart chakra. A nice color for the heart chakra is green. So you can just make a green, maybe green and gold. You can make a green and gold cord. It's a good cord because it's you to you, so that's fine. It's temporary, just for a minute. From your 4th to your 7th. So you're sending energy up to your 7th because your 4th is about love. And you want to create, well, I would think you want to create what you love, right? You want to have a home that you love. You want to be motivated, love, motivation, self-care. That's all 4th chakra. Okay, so we're just going to temporarily recharge everything so you can get the sense of like, I'm going to create the life I love. Okay, so make a green and gold cord that goes from your 4th up to your 7th chakra. All the participants on a spirit level, they all did it like that. That's funny, even the newbies. Wow, I guess that's really simple on a spirit level. It's like, okay, what's next? So then just let your 4th chakra energy just kind of recharge and reorient your 7th. Just so that you're reminded of what you love. So remind your 7th chakra of what you love. Just on a spirit level, you don't have to overthink it. Just let your heart chakra send energy up there. And I'm just helping people to open up their heart chakra just a little bit extra, like unblock it extra, so it's able to do that better and send up just energy about what they love into their 7th. And then temporarily, you can leave that one in place just for a couple more, just like a minute more, and then make a cord from your 4th down to your 1st chakra, and you can make that gold and red. Yeah, because we don't want to, 1st chakra, lower, slower moving vibrations are nicer for the 1st chakra. So send that 4th chakra energy down with maybe a gold and red cord or a green and red cord, whatever you want, but just send it down there to your 1st chakra, just temporarily, to remind your 1st chakra, hey, I love my life. This is what I love about life. This is what I love in life. I can have a life I love. And just let your 1st chakra get cleaned out a little bit and reoriented by your heart chakra and by what you love. And then I'm just checking that that's happening for the participants. So again, you're sending a little bit extra heart chakra, just temporarily, heart chakra energy up to the 7th and then down to the 1st chakra at the base of your spine. And I feel like this, well, this can help just as a temporary thing to get you charged up again with like, hey, this home is mine, this life is mine, and I can create the life I love, and I can have a home I love now, you know, not like, oh, someday. Okay, because that way we're cleaning out your home. We want you to kind of own it and keep it that way. Like, I love my life, I love my home. Even if your home is like a room that you rent in somebody else's house, it's still your home, right? So you can still create the environment you love in your room. And you can even think, you know, I can create the life I love. I love my life. I love my life. You know, you say, I love my life. I love my home. You know, even if there are problems with your home, you know, love, you can own it, you know, with love. There must be things that you love about it. It shelters you. You have it. It's better than not having a home, you know. So I'm helping people to clear energy blocks because some people do have problems with that energy of love and loving their home and loving their life. So I'm just helping people to clear energy blocks in the way of that. If you feel like you're one of those people, you're doing this maybe later, you just make a big pile of energy blocks that keep you from loving your home and loving your life and just melt them. Or just say, angels, can you help me clear all those? There we go. All right, cool. So now you could just, I would suggest you get rid of those extra connections so that you're not pumping your heart chakra energy to the other chakras like that long term. Yeah. Well, cool. Let's see. I'm gonna check everybody. That seemed to really be nice for people. All right. Oh, so the angel cleanouts for public places that you go to, we don't really need to do anything with that. I think everybody gets that on a spirit level, all the participants. So hopefully consciously, you know, if they're interested, maybe they'll watch this video or whatever, but you can ask, you know, if you're particularly, I would definitely encourage it if you're going into like a public restroom, you know, just be like, angels, can you clean this out? You know, I mean, for me, I've done it so often with my angels, I just say angels and they know what I'm talking about as I'm walking into a public restroom, and they'll just quick give it a little clean out so that, you know, I mean, it's just that because people leave energy around, you know, particularly in a bathroom, they feel like, oh, I have some privacy here. I'm going to, you know, throw around that I hate my job and I'm going to dump out, you know, my frustrations and, you know, whatever, my fears, you know, and they leave stuff behind. It's really accidental, technically. Like, they don't understand that they're making the place worse than they found it, you know. But since so many people use the bathroom and then I think some people that physically clean the place know this on a maybe just subconscious level. They know that and they clear everybody's energy out too. And if you ever use one of those public restrooms, you'll notice the difference. You'll be like, wow, somebody cleans this out. But those are more the exception than the rule. So again, you know, if you're going into like a store that you always feel is extremely overwhelming, just say, angels, can you clean that place out a little extra for me? You know, as you're going into it. And that's just with your thought. It takes like a split second. So I'm gonna clear the homes out. Oh yeah, and I'm gonna do another thing too. Cars. Because that is something that, just so you know, I've said it in the other two live streams, but maybe you didn't listen to those two. They're really long, but cool. And and give this a thumbs up if you could, if you like it, because that helps. So if you could click the thumbs up, that would be cool. So then, what was I gonna say? I got stuck on the thumbs up. Oh yeah, the the cars and the sheds, stuff like that. I want to clear out too. I want to clear out the homes too. Oh, and yeah, the permissions. That's what I was gonna say. That's all been worked out on the astral. Like, because I don't have the right to just clear clients' homes just because they're my client. That's not appropriate. But for this particular triplet set of healings, because it's about clearing the home, and that was explicit on the website and on a spirit level, then I asked on a spirit level, and the angels helped, just in my sleep with all the angels. I asked permission from, like Betty Boop client that's getting the healing, but also from Mr. Boop, the guy that is married to my client who is not getting the healing. He had to say, yes, this is okay. I want my home cleaned out, just on a subconscious spirit level. So I got permission for all that. So, and I actually also got permission to clean out people's cars as part of these healings. I just didn't think about that before. We didn't really have time. So I'm going to do that now. I'll start with that. So for the people that don't have cars, then I'm not clearing it out because they don't have one. But if people have multiple cars, that's okay. I'll clean out the multiple cars. Essentially, it's the same idea as like a simple version of clearing out your own home. So you could do like a tricolor soak with the car, or just a lot of gold light. Some vacuum boxes would probably be cool too. But you just imagine a simple version of it, like maybe a square to represent the car. Or, if it's easier to just imagine the car itself, like visually you see the tires and everything, and then bring up the earth energy, it doesn't matter. If you want to imagine it like a box, that's same difference. And you just bring up red earth energy and soak it, and then you bring that down, red earth energy from the core of the earth. Just soak it like that and use some gold light. And then bring that down, orange earth energy from the core of the earth, bring that up, soak the whole car with the orange earth energy. And then wash that out with gold light, bring the orange earth energy down, yellow earth energy all the way up from the core of the earth. Just soak the car with the yellow earth energy, wash it out with lots of gold light. And you can keep that yellow earth energy up while you do the vacuum boxes. And again, if you don't have a car, you can do this with a closet that you find especially troublesome in your house, like that you just can't clean it to save your life, or a shed in your backyard that you haven't cleaned out in 2 generations. Whatever. Okay, vacuum boxes, you just create a temporary energy device that's a cute little box, maybe clear and gold, and just turn it on, and it'll suck up beings that aren't supposed to be there, other people's energy too, that's not supposed to be there. And basically, you don't need to have your life force in your car. I mean, yeah, I know you want to protect it from vandals, but honestly, your angels are going to do a better job than you at that. So you having your fear and resistance and like, hey, get off my car, that energy around your car, if anything, it would probably attract trouble to your car, not protect you from it. So you just clear everybody's energy out, and then, maybe leave a big gold bubble around it that's grounded, and then, ask your angels to protect your car. Particularly if it's, on some random city street, just be like, angels, can you please protect my car all the time? So then the vacuum boxes are full now because they've sucked up all the beings they needed to. So then just say, angels, please recycle these vacuum boxes. All right, cool. So now the houses, same thing. We'll just do a simple version like, we did some of the simpler versions on Friday. And they're really effective, People were like, I slept like a baby on Friday night. So simple is fine. Just imagine your whatever's yours, your condo or your house and your property that's yours, um, whatever, and just bring up the red earth energy and soak it all in red earth energy, and then bring that down. Soak it all in orange earth energy, bring that down, and then yellow earth energy. Just bring it from the core of the earth all the way up, and then just wash everything out with gold light. And let's just do some vacuum boxes, just all over the place. So if you have land that you own personally around your house, you can definitely do that, as well as the building itself. So just make some vacuum boxes in the house that will work for the whole home, and then around the house if you own that space too, and then just turn them on and just relax. Maybe have a sip of tea while they do their work. And then once they're full, I always like to make my vacuum boxes like go ding, ding, ding when they're full. But it's not long, it takes like 30 seconds. And then just say, angels, can you please recycle all these vacuum boxes? All right. So I'm going to do extra gold light in the storage areas and through all the possessions. That's part of why a lot of people in this triplet set were able to like clean, they were able to organize, give things away, because when we're clearing energy out of those objects, then sometimes you realize like, why do I still own that? Yeah. Like it's just easier to give things away when you get the junky energy out of it, because then a lot of times it's that negative energy in the object that just makes you not want to deal with it. I mean, it's so ironic because of course the negative energy should make you want to give it away, but it's just, you have a busy life, and you just don't want to come into contact with that energy. So you end up just abandoning it in some room in your house or some closet in your house rather than deal with it. So what we're doing is we're just cleaning the energy out of all your possessions. And so if you want to keep some of them or a lot of them or all of them, that's fine. Now they just have nicer energy, But if you've been meaning to give some away, it should be easier now to do that. So again, you just imagine, you don't have to like blow your mind with imagining every object, you can even just have a box that represents all your physical possessions and just wash it out, clear it out. Bring up the red earth energy, soak it. And you don't have to use all three colors. It's just sometimes when you do the tricolor soak, which is a video that I will link below afterwards. Sometimes the tricolor soak just knocks out more energy that needs to release, but we've been doing so much tricolor soak for the whole space, I don't think I need to. But again, I'm just running gold light through all the possessions, everybody's physical possessions. And then I think we're going to wrap up soon. I just have a few more things. I think now we're going to finish some of that stacking and clearing work. The stacking and clearing 3 ways video. Remember I said we just did the far off parts of you. We helped that part of you, which is in that video, stacking and clearing 3 ways, but we didn't do the other part of the video. So now we're going to do that part, which is that you clear energy blocks that are in your astral body, your energy body, your spirit body, and also clear energy blocks that are in your physical body's aura and chakras. Because you have 2 sets of chakras and 2 auras. Your spirit, you are a spirit, you're not your physical body, right? And so there's energy blocks that could very well be triggered there. And then your physical body has a full set of chakras and its own aura. So there could be energy blocks triggered there. So we're gonna clean up. One of my clients, I was thinking of this because he said, "Oh, I go to therapy once a week," which, you know, yay, good job. You know, sometimes you just need to go to therapy, and that's cool. And it, you know, it's nice that when people need something, that they're gonna go and get it for themselves. You know, that's always impressive. You know, to be able to work on your stuff. So anyway, it's nice with therapy to finish clearing the energy blocks, because sometimes, you know, in therapy a lot gets triggered and maybe you'll clear half of it during the session, but then half of it's still triggered, which, you know, because he was saying, well, it's exhausting to work on these issues. Well, part of that is because it's not all getting cleared in the therapy session. The therapy session is helping to dredge up a lot that he had very neatly repressed forever. That was totally screwing him. So he was dredging up a lot and he was clearing half of it each session, you know, but the other half just, you know, weighed him down and made him feel awful, you know, so we don't want that, right? We want to keep the therapy, but sort of streamline it, you know, with energy clearing. So stacking and clearing is so easy. You just make piles of whatever's triggered and then you melt it away. Easy peasy, right? So we'll do the astral body stuff first, whatever is triggered for everybody. And it can be around goals for your home. See how I'm working that in? It could be like you have goals to, you know, clean this part of your home or fix something in your backyard or, you know, get your car fixed or whatever, you know, any home related goals, any self-care related goals, we could throw that in. So any triggered energy around self-care goals or home care goals. And we're just helping you to melt away those, and just anything too, because you can do it for general presence. So if you just have other energy blocks triggered, that's fine, we can melt those too. And that just, it feels so much better. Like life feels so much more doable without energy blocks triggered. The fewer triggered, the better, basically. It's not that, you know, life is triggering. So it's not bad that you get triggered. A lot of times that just means you're doing new things. You're having new experiences, which is good. But you want to help yourself to have those experiences be as gentle as possible. And you do that by melting the energy blocks as they trigger. Okay. So that was for the astral body. So now we'll do the physical body. And just any energy blocks that are triggered in your physical body's energy system. And I read, I did a quick read for somebody the other day, and her energy blocks, they felt like cast iron skillets. They were so heavy. You know, like you can have a pan that's made out of cast iron and so it's very heavy. And so that's what her energy blocks felt like. They were like super heavy. So probably I would say the heavier energy blocks, they feel heavier if they're in your physical body's energy system versus being in your astral body's energy system. So, but anyway, just an example. So we're going to just melt away any energy blocks that are triggered. First we'll do for general presence, just whatever's triggered. Anything that's triggered in your physical body's energy system. We're doing stacking and clearing, which means you just throw it out in front of you. Just the smart part of you says, all right, there's a bunch of energy blocks triggered. Here they are. And then you just melt them. Melt them as a pile out in front of you or rows out in front of you, whatever your brain likes better. And part of this is the gold light melts away the cords going to other people so that it's easier to melt all these energy blocks. Because the cords can hold the energy blocks in place. Also, your resistance can hold the energy blocks in place. So we just neutralize all that with the gold light. Yay, that's nice. So I'm just going to check everybody out. So again, to answer that person's question about how do you work on goals, you just clear energy blocks around the goal. I mean, first, if you already know your goal, then that's your goal. If it helps you to write it down to feel more like, yeah, this is important to me, you know. But then also just, you know, overall general healing helps, and then just clear the energy blocks in particular. You can do that through the blanket exercise video or stacking and clearing tricolor earth energy. Stacking and clearing 3 ways is very thorough with that, you know, to get all energy blocks. So if you just say, this is my goal, and then you do that video, you're clearing all that's in the way, everything that gets triggered when you think of that goal. That's why some goals seem really heavy or hard to do, because they just trigger a lot. So you clear the triggers. So I'm just running gold light. If you're doing this healing for yourself, you can just imagine your 7 chakras out in front of you, and you can make kind of small copies, you know, and the 7th chakra normally is oriented differently than 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. With 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, energy goes in the front, out the back. With the 7th chakra, energy goes in the bottom of it and out the top of it, right there in the top of your head. But if you have copies, you can just turn the 7th around so they're all oriented the same way. Because it's just a copy, it won't mess anything up. So I'm just doing that for the participants. I'm just unblocking just a little bit extra. People have, if this is the top of the aura, people have energy blocks in the back, upper back, above the top of the aura. You can have them up here, but you can also have them in the back here. And if you clear those, then it's easier to bring new energy into the back of your aura, which is very helpful. The back of your aura to be centered, that part of that means that the back of your aura should be as big as the front of your aura, right? Because then your body's in the center of it, right? So when you're in your body, you're in the center of it. So just think about that. Okay, is the back of my aura as big as the front of my aura? And if it's not, what that means is it's just compressed. It could be damaged, but if you do aura repair, that's not the case. It's not damaged. It's just maybe you're just used to focusing in front of you all the time. So that's not great, because you want the backs of all your chakras to release well. And so to do that, you can't have all that compression in the back of your aura. So you want to kind of let it relax, let the back of your aura relax and expand. Some people, you know, they literally physically sit forward all the time, right? So that could be an indication that also your aura, most of the energy of your aura is like right in front of you. So, you know, sit back, you know, sit up straight. But anyway, it protects your chakras better and the flow if you have just as much of your energy behind your body as in front of your body. And I'm just checking the flow beneath the feet, in the aura beneath the feet, right? And from here all the way down to the bottom of the aura. Just checking that flow. Because these healings make you want to release a lot. So it's good to be able to do that. And then I'm checking the grounding, everybody's grounding, which is your connection all the way down to the core of the earth. Helps you release, helps you feel safe and stable. All right. So we could wrap up with an angel blessing and healing and a special clean out for cleaning out planet energy, which is sort of a catch-all for invasive beings, but also like group fear, you know, energy from large groups of people that accidentally, you know, happens, you know, like group fear, group anger, stuff like that. So say, angels, you know, can I please have a blessing and a healing? Can you please clean out, angels, can you please clean out planetary darkness energy from my body, mind, and spirit? And you can just take a deep breath. Maybe sit back. And you can add to that request, even though that one's still probably happening. Angels, can you please clean out planetary darkness energy from my home and my possessions and my property? If you have, land around your property that's specifically yours. And you can also say, angels, can you clean out planetary darkness energy from my neighborhood, from the people, the locations in my general area? And angels can do that, even if you live, in a very populated city. I mean, they're not going to clean out the whole city for you, but, they could definitely clean out your block, if you're in like a super populated area, which would be good, helpful. All right. So, so that's it for the healing. So I'm just gonna say thank you to all the participants on the spirit level. And then if you have any quick questions, you want to chat to me about what we did, or any feedback about if you felt anything that you would like to share, as a little chat, that's fine. We'll do that for just a few minutes. And I'm going to peek and see how many people are watching. I don't know that I can tell right now. Yeah, I can't tell. So someone could text that to me. How many people are watching right now? I'm kind of curious about that. So anyway, I'm going to say goodbye to all the participants. Thank you. All right, good. So, if you guys have any questions, that's cool. Or if you just want to say thanks just on a spirit level without texting, that's okay. 18 or 17 people are watching right now. Okay, hi everybody. Thank you. If you did want to say anything, that's different about your home or you in this set, that's fine. But I understand some people don't like really saying that stuff in a chat. Thank you very much. It's nice to see some people that watch that, I don't know yet personally. So good to see everybody. You're always welcome to watch these live streams. The next one is in less than 2 weeks, like I said, October 20th. It's a healing masterclass, has more direct involvement from Archangels Ariel and Jophiel. But again, me as a healer, but they'll be giving a lot of messages, Archangel Ariel and Jophiel, and I'll, say them out loud. But the theme is clear avoidance. So that's what the healing will be about, and some of the speaking will be about clearing avoidance. Thank you, everybody. God bless. Thank you. Thanks, Janet. Hi, Janet. Thank you. Yes, hi. Thank you, Janet. You were awesome. I have very nice clients, I gotta say. Once in a blue moon, I have someone who's specifically not nice. But it doesn't last, But everyone else is really nice. You rock. Thank you. Thank you. It's been great. Thank you. See you again soon. Yay. Let's see. Yeah. I guess we could just end it. Well, I'll say, some things that I know that things have, because then I could say it in a more anonymous way. So some people have cleaned out their homes. Some people have noticed that their kids were more peaceful in their rooms, playing like in a more innocent, peaceful way because of the home clearings. Some people have, been giving away stuff that they had trouble giving away for a long time. some people, you know, one person, she's very sensitive, and well, I think a couple people very sensitive and already to the energy of the home, and they notice it, and they noticed that their home felt very quiet to them, like a lack of chaos on on an energy level. So that helped their sleep. The Sunday live stream had a lot of specific, you can clear, if you do the video, save video for the Sunday live stream, which was October 6th, 2019. That one, in the second half of the video where I'm healing the home, I do it specifically on different chakra levels. So all 7 chakra levels of a physical, of a physical space. And that's kind of interesting, you know, because you can say, okay, well, where's the noise coming from in my home? Like the energy sort of chaos. And you can kind of pinpoint it more specifically and then make sure you get rid of it. Just clear it out. I think even if you're not consciously sensitive to that level, if you're motivated to clear your house thoroughly, it helps. You know, helps with everything. Someone says, I felt much energy flowing in and through my body on Friday evening and through the night. I've also been able to clean out areas of my home with more ease. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, so good. All right, love you guys. You're awesome. And the November healings are already on my website as well. And the December group healings will go up on the 15th of this month. So in just a week is the 15th of October, and that's when all my new sessions go up on my payment page. So the group healing sessions for December, as well as the individual sessions for December, go up on the 15th. And the specific times are on my website that they go up, and the individual sessions sell out in like 3 minutes or something, 3-4 minutes. But the group healings, you know, you have a little bit of time to buy them. But although the holidays, you know, it's a big deal time to get a healing. So I would say if it's important to you, you know, pay as soon as you're able, you know, so then you know you have it, you know, all set up for yourself. Okay, cool. Oh, and also too, just a free thing. If anyone does not have my 2-page chakra handout and you feel that might be useful, you can email me and just say, hey, can you email me the free 2-page chakra handout? And it's just an email attachment that I email to you, and it's colorful, it's cute. It just gives, you know, the locations of each of the major chakras, all 7 chakras, the ideal color for each one, the major qualities of each one, what each one helps you with. Which, you know, if you don't already have that learned, maybe it would help you to have a visual reference for that to look at, you know, either on your computer, or you could print it out and put it on your wall or something. So anyway, my email is janet@janetwrightreadings.com. So if you want, you can email me for that. And that's no problem. It's not like, you know, you have to pay me money for sessions and then I'll email you that. It's not like a hook till I get you to, you know, just even if you just watch me and you know you don't want to pay me money, that's okay. It is okay. All right, guys. Go have a great day or a great night's sleep, depending on where you are in the world. Bye.